This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Katie Conklin from Shelter Inc. She is the Executive Director. Good morning, Katie.
Hi, Nancy. How you doing?
I'm doing really great, and as we're getting ready to tape this, April's next week, and that is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And I always like all the people in town say, well, you know, why do we need Sexual Assault Awareness Month? You know, there's not a problem like that in our community. Wrong answer.
Wrong, yes. And Sexual Assault Awareness Month is a nationally recognized month in the month of April every year. And the issue with sexual assault is very pervasive, and it impacts every single community.
Yes, it does.
And it's not just in urban areas. It's not just, you know, in certain segments of society. It affects us all. It's here in northern Michigan as well. For example, our agency, we served a total of, in the fiscal year 2014-15, we served a total of 1,043 people, and about 20% of them were survivors of sexual assault.
Amazing.
And when we look at sexual assault, though, there are many victims, but we like to refer them as survivors because that's what they have done. They've survived this. And we also look at secondary survivors. So we provide this assistance and support to not only the primary survivor or victim, if you will, but also to the secondary survivors. And that could be parents, caregivers, siblings, spouses, friends, relatives.
Well, right.
It impacts us all.
It's something that if it happens in a family, it affects the entire family.
Absolutely.
Mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. It can have, you know, long-reaching effects.
Absolutely.
And lifelong effects on a family member.
Absolutely. And it's a very traumatic event, and people are traumatized, and people respond to trauma differently. And so we are there to meet the needs of the people who reach out to us.
And what counties do you cover, Katie?
Well, we cover 5, and that is a total of 3,005 square miles. So you can imagine that's a vast territory. And so we cover Alpena, Alcona, Iosco, Mount Morenci, and Presque Isle. Okay. And we also are very mobile. We provide advocacy. Our advocates are very busy, and we have counselors. And last year alone, in that same fiscal year, just to provide services, we covered a little over 57,000 miles. Amazing. That was just for services.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I know you have some exciting news that you want to share with us today. You're going to have some changes at Shelter, so let's jump into those.
We are changing our name and our brand and our logo, and we're going to have a media event.
Yes.
A media summit, actually, and that's April 22nd. At 10:30 at the Aplex on the second floor. And we're going to unveil our new name, our new logo, and our new website. We're going to go live, and we're going to have some exciting speakers. And we've worked hard. We've been in the process of doing this for a year.
And why do you think that was really an important thing to do, Katie?
Well, it started with we received a grant in 2011 from the Department of Justice through the Office on Violence Against Women called the Sexual Assault Demonstration Initiative, which started out as it was a grant to help dual organizations such as ours in rural communities really be able to provide comprehensive services to sexual assault survivors, including the unserved and the underserved communities, including men, children, differently abled, LGBT. And so we've been working on this for nearly 5 years, and our agency has grown in its capacity. We've stretched our minds, our bandwidth, our muscles, and we've become very good at providing these comprehensive services. But our name did not reflect at
True.
all the scope and the breadth of our services. And so when people would think of Shelter Inc., we did a community survey, they thought, oh, they just help battered women.
And they call it a women's shelter. Everybody calls it the women's shelter, I agree.
Exactly, or the women's shelter. And we, you know, it was little known about the comprehensive services that we serve, that we have and that we offer. Counseling, support groups, transitional supportive housing. We do have a shelter, and we also have 2 counseling offices in different locations, one in Rogers City, one in Oscoda, 2 thrift stores, one in Rogers City, one in Oscoda. So, and like I just said, 57,000 miles of travel to around this area to provide services. So our name did not reflect.
Okay.
And so this new name will.
We have to wait till the media summit.
That's right, that's right. And the colors are new, the logo is new, everything is, it's a new brand, new hope, new vision.
And you know, Katie, having been a board member in the past on Shelter Inc., it's like the best kept secret in town. No one has any idea what you folks do, how many lives you touch, how many lives are impacted, just the realm of your scope. So I'm really excited for people to get the opportunity to hear about this. And we're kind of closely running out of time. We have a little bit of time. I just want to let people know that anyone in the community can be a part of Shelter.
Anyone,
You know, we need donations, we need volunteers. I mean, anything that you use at home, Shelter uses in their safe houses.
Yes, gently used clothes for the resale stores, or or it goes directly to the survivors, or furniture, money, always money, time, skills. I
remember one time somebody donated 100 pounds of ground beef, and we had to go pick it up and bring it, and it was like, thank you, it was all packaged, and yes, it was wonderful. And
or the play area in the backyard for the children. You know, we've had that refurbished. That was all done by volunteers. And sometimes we have volunteers come in and do some renovations to the safe house.
Fundraising, a really important one.
Fundraising, yes, absolutely.
So the number they would call is?
That would be 989-356-2560.
Okay, and one more time, the Media Summit will be held when and where?
April 22nd, 10:30 at the at the Aplex, second floor in Alpena.
And we invite everyone to come and hear the new name and information firsthand.
Absolutely.
Thank you, and keep up the good work there, Katie.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you. I'll be right back with Doug Talent from Habitat for Humanity following these messages. Hi, welcome back. As promised, my last guest today is Doug Talent, and he is from Habitat for Humanity. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Nancy. How are you doing today?
Good, and you wear so many hats at Habitat, construction manager, restore manager, and I see you unloading trucks. I see you going everywhere and doing everything. But you know, in a nonprofit organization that helps so many wonderful people in our community, that's kind of what you do.
Yeah, I mean, that's, that's how we have to run. We have to keep it lean and mean so that we can help more families in our community here, and if it requires me doing some multiple tasks, then that's what we do.
Now you have a current project that's going on right now. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we have a rehab project going on at 309 Oldfield Street on the north side here in Alpena. The outside is completely finished, and now we're working away on the inside in the drywall phase, so that's exciting, and hoping to have our partner family in there late spring, early summer, and we're going to make a good push here in the spring here to get that wrapped up.
And that family has to be doing sweat equity.
Of course, yeah, that's one of the program, part of the program we have at Habitat. It's we don't give these houses away. The partner family has to participate in a number of ways, and one of those ways is putting in sweat equity, and it can be not only on the project, but it could be at the restore, at our administrative offices, or doing fundraising events and that sort of thing. So you don't necessarily have to be skilled in carpentry or anything like that to participate in sweat equity for our partner families, but it can involve a variety of things.
And you have an exciting upcoming project.
Yeah, we're super excited about our first new build here in a couple years, and it's going to take place out on Long Lake Road, just north of town. We have a piece of property there with a house on it currently, which we're getting ready to allow the Township Fire Department to have some fire exercises there, and eventually we'll have that house demolished and be building a new one for a new family. So it's very exciting.
And we want to talk now about the restore. You know, it's the the best place in town. I was there yesterday. Yep. Neat and tidy and clean. Merchandise changes on a daily basis. Just a wonderful place to go to look for just about anything.
Yeah, I mean, we have such a wide variety of goods down there at the Restore, and from building materials to furniture to appliances to sink tops and countertops and all sorts of neat stuff. You never know what you'll find. That's what makes it exciting. I think that's what has people coming back almost on a daily basis.
You have to, because it changes.
It changes, and timing's everything there.
Yes.
So if you see something you like, I encourage you to buy it right then, because it might not be there the next time you come in. We also, have started a new consignment shop on the storefront there at Chisholm and 5th, and called the Rethink Boutique, and it's a consignment shop carrying a little more of the vintage antique type items, and we encourage people to come down and consign with us. Part of the proceeds from the sale will go to the consignor, of course, and then part would come to Habitat to help us serve some more families here in Northeast Michigan.
And there's some really unique items in there too, and things that have been repurposed. It's a great way to see things, and prices are very fair too.
Yeah, I think pretty competitive pricing on a lot of unique items. Some upcycling going on there, where we've taken things from the Restore, repurposed them, and now they're in our consignment shop. So lots of great ideas on how to repurpose maybe some things you could see in the Restore and make them, new again in a sense.
Right, and then also you have your quilt raffle going on, which is a beautiful handmade quilt.
Yeah, we do this every year. It's an annual event for Habitat, and it's a quilt raffle that the drawings will be in September.
Okay.
But tickets are on sale right now at the Restore, and our admin offices there at the First Presbyterian Church. Okay. And I think you get each ticket's $2, or you get 3 for $5. So
this is the best deal in town.
It is really good deal. There are some cash prizes for second and third place also. So.
Well, cash is always good.
Cash is good, yeah.
And Volunteer Wednesdays, you want to get those rolling again?
I do, yeah. It was something we started last spring and summer, and it was a great success. It's a time during the week, every Wednesday from 10 to 3. If you want to come out and get involved in our project or at our Restore, come by and we'll put you to work and volunteer with us on whatever we're doing that day. And right now, of course, we're hanging drywall. So if you're interested in that, give us a call at our phone number 354-5555, and we'll get you set up. And we have a group going today. I just came over from the job site to do this little talk with you, and I have a few guys over there working away while I'm lucky enough to get to visit with you.
Okay, and we want to talk about donations. Very, it's our lifeblood.
Oh, it is. Whether it's cash is always great, of course, but the Restore in the wintertime kind of has sluggish donations. So as you're getting ready to spring clean around your place, think of us. We'll come out and pick up your goods, and we'll bring them back to the Restore and sell them and build some more homes.
If you're getting new cabinets, give you a call. If you're getting new doors, new windows, give you a call.
Yeah, or maybe it's you're purchasing some new furniture here in the springtime with your tax return. Give us a call. We'll come out and pick it up from you. Pick up your gently used old furniture.
And we ask that it's in good condition. Please don't just bring things that aren't in good condition, because then you have to pay to get rid of that stuff.
Right. Yeah. You think about if someone else might be able to use it. If it's in good condition, then we'll be able to sell it, and that's crucial. Right. We cannot. That gets expensive to get rid of things we can't sell. So we appreciate things that are gently used, and that would be appropriate for someone else.
Now, what donations do you not take? What items?
Right now we're not taking TVs, old TVs, which are increasingly harder and harder to get harder and harder to get rid of. Of course, we don't take used paint or old chemicals of that nature.
Right.
Shower doors and countertops. Some countertops are hard for us to sell right now, but really gently used furniture and appliances and things like that are awesome.
Okay, and back to the building again. We only have about a minute left, but we want to let people know that, as you said, you don't have to have any great skills to come and help build. I've worked in Habitat houses. I nailed down flooring. I did some landscaping. I did some raking, and I've washed windows. I've done a little bit of everything in past years.
Yep.
So just come on a Volunteer Wednesday. Come on and say, hey, put me to work.
Yeah, I mean, I encourage people to come out any skill level. We have the tools provided there. We'll have the materials. I can do a little bit of teaching if you're interested in learning a little bit about how to do carpentry and home projects. And come on out, and there's always something for you to participate in and get involved in with us. We try to be very open and you know, whether you're carrying materials in or carrying garbage out or pounding nails, we'll put you to work.
Okay, and the best thing to do is stop by the Restore and ask for you. If you're not there, they give you your number and you always get back to them, so that's the easiest way to contact you.
It is, yeah. Come into our Restore, you get to do a little shopping
Yep.
and hopefully catch up with me, and if not, they know how to handle volunteer applications there, and we can get you going.
All right, thank you so very much.
Thank you, Nancy.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Katie Wolf, Marketing and Communications Director at the Community Foundation for Northeast Michigan, and Paige Trisco, Perkins and Student Support Services Technician at ACC and an adjunct instructor as well. Greetings to you both.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So we're glad to have you here, and we'd love to hear more about a primetime family reading activity that you folks are involved in. And feel free to share with the viewers what that is and why you're excited about it.
I think the most exciting part about it is, you know, I think people have heard in the news how, you know, reading is so important to child's success, and there's a lot of emphasis on, you know, children being pretty good readers by the time they're in 3rd grade. And so primetime family reading time is geared around really creating that support network at the family level. And so, you know, looking at the program has a component for preschoolers, you know, pre-readers, as well as children from kindergarten up to 5th grade. And it's really about bringing families together. And we're, you know, hoping to get around 25 families together so that they'd meet once a week for about a 90-minute session. It would include a meal. It begins with a meal, and then it moves in to reading really great books together. And then Paige will be part of that process because she has an anthropology background, which is really important for the program as the humanitarian scholar. You want to talk a little bit about what you will do?
Sure. So my role as the scholar there will be leading the families and the kids through questions, discussion, and just helping them to get more absorbed into the stories and have fun with them.
So all the book selections have really rich community themes, and so the conversations that come out of the story hour are the things that, you know, families sometimes get so busy, or, you know, they're drawn in different directions when they're at home. It really encourages those rich conversations about belonging, sharing, taking care of the environment, you know, all kinds of really neat themes. And we hope to have a book selection that is particularly of interest to the people who live in Northeast Michigan.
That sounds wonderful. So how did you come up with this idea, or is this a program that you've become aware of, or is this something you've hatched out of your imagination?
Well, the program originated in Louisiana with the Louisiana Humanities Council, and it was so successful that the National Endowment for the Humanities encouraged them to take it nationwide. And so Michigan Humanities Council is one of those entities that offers it, and they provide grants that cover the cost for the books. They provide stipends for the professionals involved in the program, and then some parts have to be raised at the community level. And so we've developed a really cool partnership that starts with Rotary International, and our Rotary Alpena Club is being the kind of the community sponsor, and they will help arrange for the meals and make sure that there's fun prizes at each event and help, you know, spread the word around the community. And then the public schools, we will house the program. We may rotate it to different school libraries, and as well as the public library. Right now we're talking about Lincoln. And then, so they will provide the preschool component as well as the family coordination. And then taking it from the schools to the community college level, Alpena Community College is going to provide 2 of their staff experts, and I'll let you share that part.
Sure. So in terms of that, some of the themes that Katie was mentioning earlier, the courage, the fairness, kinship is a big component of that too, and that's kind of where my expertise comes in for this, creating those family dynamics in there, and then just watching the kids grow and learn through books, which is something that I grew up loving to read. Mm-hmm. So kind of being able to connect that with what I'm doing at the college, and then bringing it back to the community is just so exciting.
That's a really great idea. Some of my fondest memories growing up would be around books that multiple family members have read, and that they see themes or themselves in certain characters that they find commendable, or so wonderful, wonderful stuff. So you, Katie, you have a National Endowment of Humanities background, right?
I do. I actually at one point was the executive director for the Michigan Humanities, and that's how I knew about the program. It has been in Alpena before. It's been with the public library. The public library will be a partner this time, but there's been a movement to put them right into the schools and have, the kids are really proud to bring their parents with their school, and that's one, they know their school actually usually better than their parent, so they can kind of show them around, and then they get familiar with the resources, right there in the school. But there is that next step of making sure that everybody who participates in the program becomes a library card holder, and that they become familiar with all the resources that libraries offer, both electronically and in the book format. Whether it's how to repair something in the home to filing your taxes. There's so many resources in a library setting that can help a family. And I think the other thing, with Alpena Community College, we have another expert that's going to be involved, one of your literacy experts. You want to tell them a little bit about Jamie? Because I think that's...
Sure. So Jamie works for us in TRIO Talent Search, and she's just finishing up her master's in literacy. And she and I were talking one day, and it just so happened to come up in conversation that her dream job would be to be at a bookstore and be a storyteller. And Katie and I had met the week prior to that, and I said, oh my goodness, I have the perfect thing for you to do. And so the moment I told her that, she just knew she had to be a part of it. So it's pretty exciting having
Well, it's
her
a wonderful thing when 3 or multiple bright, motivated people who are caring about the community and its literacy, and understand the connection of literacy and the vitality of a community all can pull together as you have on this project. Any last words you want to share with them?
Well, I think, to thank the partners, Rotary, the Alpena Public Schools, Alpena Community College, in the Alpena Public Library, as well as the Community Foundation is providing the administration. I'll do the grant writing and aspects of it. So it's just a great example of what Alpena can do when we come together.
Thank you so much for being here and what you're doing, and thank you for what you're doing for the community in this project. And thank you for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smitham and Don McMaster. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.